Hello, and this is Geek Lounge 101, and I'm here with Edgar Fart, and today we're going to do an anime special about the Bleach, the rise and fall. Edgar, please introduce yourself.
I'm Gone Fan 1992, or also known as Edgar, but yeah. And boy,
And right, oh, sorry, go.
yeah, boy, this is gonna be real fun talking about Bleach.
Oh yes, the rise and fall, and how Kubo screwed this all the way up.
Oh yeah, he did. I don't know what that like. You want to start with the shit before we get to the good stuff?
Oh, as I said, let's just start from the very beginning and talk about what drew us into Bleach first. Then we'll talk about how he just screwed up royally.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm just gonna say this. When I first saw Bleach, I saw it in Adult Swim, and what drew me in was the battles and the main character himself, his personality, Ichigo's personality, how he did things. Really was great about him. I liked him. He was pretty cool as a character. And after that, I started watching the anime. Read a bit of the manga, but I always prefer the anime. And yeah, that's just me.
Well, what started was the same as you. I watched it on Adult Swim, and what drew me is one he wasn't like the regular shonen trope character. He really
Oh,
had no goals. He just wanted to help people out. As
yeah, that's what I liked them about it. Mm-hmm. He was a different character, like all the characters. Like he was a different character out of all the shonen genre and stuff. You know, go
oh
on.
oh yes, but as and I love the early days of Bleach because it was supposed in the early days Bleach was supposed to have this fantasy, that supernatural urban vibe to it. It wasn't going to be this whole soul society art thing we got eventually got.
I think that was going to happen no matter what. The Soul Society arc was pretty damn good. Um, I do like the other one. I forgot the name of it, but I do like the other one where where he transforms into a hollow, the Ichigo. One I
Oh,
forgot.
oh, you're talking about the not the Ronka arc, the say I don't know what they called it for the Say Orihime arc.
Yeah, they say Orihime one. That one. Yeah. That was fucking bitching. That was fucking sick. The way he transformed into a hollow and he fucking literally went ape shit. That was just woo, amazing. That's just me.
Oh
But
yes, it's nice and beautiful.
but I'll just like, should we go to the shitty one? I'm heading there. I really want to talk about that one. Just and I'll just say the good stuff right here. The good stuff about Bleach was it had great moments during the battle. It was intense, adrenaline, very exciting battles, and exciting villains and exciting characters. I liked all the Soul Reapers that were really cool. I like even their filler ones, their Bankais, or their what was the one? The Soul Bankais. I don't know. Just basically, you
Yeah.
saw you saw their Bankai people. You saw all their Bankai characters come out and out of their swords and all that hunky dory crap. It was really good. It was really awesome. And my favorite movie, mine would have to be the hell into the fourth movie.
Oh, the Hellverse.
Yeah. That fucking movie was just awesome. Again, it was a great movie, but that's just me.
Oh, well, for me, like I said, when it first started out, it was Kubo original intent was it was supposed to have that urban fantasy feel to it, but as you know, in Japan, editors have so much sway over the actual mangaka, and they actually tell them to change crap up, which is why we got what we had now. And I say it was very interesting. It was still cool.
It was a good move. It was a
Oh,
good move for when it started, and the whole Soul Society was great. the whole rescue Yuhime, I think I was saying.
Orihime.
Yeah, Orihime was good. I think personally, something must have happened that he pissed off the editors or whatever, and they had a disagreement, and that's what happened. What Bleach fall down, and yeah.
Well, a problem is, like I said, was saying earlier on our last podcast, that when it comes to mangaka, they have so much stress on them because they have editors who basically change the story sometimes if they feel they don't like it, which Japan has an entirely different regimen than us when it comes to work ethics and stuff like that. But one of the main problem was that it was both what editor mandates and the fact that he was just being overworked. You got to always have like 2 or 3 chapters ahead of time. He did his own artwork, and you could tell that the quality was downgrading as time went on.
Yeah, I agree. He was just putting. It felt like he was not putting in that much effort anymore because I guess he didn't want to do it anymore.
It's like you're working for a company that basically, Ichiro Oda, like him, where you're working so hard that you're basically getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep. You're smoking 3 or 4 pack of cigarettes a day just to keep up with yourself. Yeah, you're gonna work yourself into an early grave if you keep doing that up. And he was just not feeling the way how they were treating, especially how they treat their own employees at mangaka when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, I hate it. This is what, personally, I don't like the whole part with them treating their manga writers / artists, just treat them like shit. I really just think like just give them a time date, they'll do it. There you go. I mean, I guess us in America, it's a lot different than how we do things in our comic books than theirs.
Oh yes, we have workers' rights and all kinds of things that basically prevents this kind of stuff from actually happening, and forcing you to keep up with some kind of mandates or something where get to the point where you're probably going to end up killing over or just drop dead from exhaustion or anything.
Yeah, I know. That's some people can do it, some people can't. I mean, like, I'm actually just very worried a lot of times. A lot of manga writers just do a weekly series because they might fucking just be on a deathbed, pretty much.
That's basically what Togashi is, where he's gonna work to the point where he wasn't feeling Yu Yu Hakusho anymore, so he ended it early. And that's how we got what we had for Yu Yu Hakusho, and that's what was going on for Kubo. Is you can't just work people like that and expect them to constantly crap out good quality content week after week after week. I mean, people have to have breaks, and I know they give them editors. I mean, besides editors, I know they give them assistants and stuff. But you got to realize that most of that they do majority of the writing and the artwork themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And also another thing is just like I feel like if the anime Bleach, the Bleach anime does come back, there might be some changes towards the anime to the manga heavily. But I don't know when that'll happen. I honestly kind of feel like Bleach really hit the down part before the 1,000-Year Blood War. What was that fucking one storyline?
Oh no. This is what I see. Sorry to cut you off, but people believe that after the fake Cora Town, I believe that's the name of it, and that's when we got the Fullbringer arc. People said Bleach should have stopped after we defeated Aizen, and then Fullbringer, it did Bleach no favors.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like Bleach was kind of a bit of a toast. Like even when you defeated Isis or not, it was kind of like there was not much to say, and it's just I think Kubo was trying to make another villain to kind of like, okay, here's him, here's the next big villain, in Bleach. Yeah, that didn't end that well.
Well, the thing is that the 1,000-Year Blood War, he had this in the works for a very, very long time. He even took 6 months off, no, 3 months off to go to Germany to study some their culture and how to pronounce certain names and stuff. This was something he been had because he wanted to leave all the major answers in the final in the last and final arc, which is basically
until it got fucking canned.
Yeah, he was gonna. Yeah, because the Zero Squad was brought up all the way back since the Soul Society arc. He brought, and one of the other things people wanted to know is what did Aizen mean when he said that he knew everything about Ichigo since before he was born. Him and Kisuke Urahara, they both knew about the Soul King. They knew something about him, and Aizen even said, "Why would you bow to that thing?" Which makes me wonder, when did Kisuke Urahara even know go see the Soul King? That was one of the few things that were just never touched upon. And one of the things that was really hurt Bleach was that Kubo was piss poor when it comes to pacing. He could not pace anything correctly.
He has sometimes pacing, but there's one thing I'll say about Kubo. He does a good job foreshadowing things and all that crap. But he does what he has to do, and he has a different art style. That's the different ways of doing things. That's the better word. However, it's just how things are, pretty much.
I can respect his. But I can respect his start. I can respect his art style, his way of doing things. But you have to realize at the same time, Shonen Jump is a company, and when you're at the bottom 30, you come in number 30 for the past couple of years, and your quality is just dipping below. You have to do something. You have to change up your methods of something, and that's what they had to do. Bleach was really, really lagging behind to the point where Toriko replaced it as one of the Shonen Trinity. And we all basically saw that its cancellation coming at one point because every time he answered one question about what is Yuha, or we answered about the original Soul Society, or we finally got the Soul King, it raised even more questions as to what does any of this actually mean in the long run.
Definitely. I'll just say this. Did you feel? How did you feel at the ending? I felt it was very rushed.
Oh, it was beyond, dude. The last 7 chapters. One of the problems is that Valkyr, I forgot his whole name. One of the things is he kept dragging that battle on longer than it had to be. And it got to the point where he realized he only had 7 chapters left. He killed off all of them. We never got to see the end of the fight with Lily Liberal when he became one of the angel chickens. So we never got to see how him and I forgot the lieutenant of Squad 3's name, but we never got to finish to see it in that fight. We never got to, we kept getting hyped up about Hisagi's Bankai, which we never got to see, and we will never see. We'll never know what it is because it was hyped up that he had a Bankai. And that's another great mysteries. Another great mystery is the captain to... Okay, I have to go on the Bleach Wiki because I'm going to keep forgetting certain names. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, let me 1 second. Let me go look up these people. But there's more questions like Zero Squad. One thing is that we understood their true functions, but we still didn't know what everybody's specific role is. We learned that this is the wrong wiki. We learned that crap, I can't remember his name. He started with an O, and I'm going to butcher these people's names because I can't pronounce them correctly. Also, what do you feel like was the ultimate downfall of Bleach?
That one. Mine was And this is just me and how I feel. The ultimate downfall was not uh, not trying to find a way. The dude isn't go. Humongous at it. Yeah, James. I think your mic. Please.
1 second. One second. Let me try this. Okay, how's this?
All right.
Now go.
Much better. Yeah. Back to us saying, like, from the whole like downfall, mine was no offense to everyone, no offense to Bleach fans. Just saying, just being honest, I still love Bleach. It's one of my top 20 favorite animes of all time. But the downfall was but it was the one before. I forgot the name of it, but it was before the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, the Fullbringer arc.
The Fullbringer arc. Yeah, I was thinking about that one. That one was fucking stupid. They didn't. Everyone bitched about this fucking villain, and they didn't like him. And then next minute later, Kishimoto just Kubo. What the fuck? He mixed up with names. Kubo just after I think he got tired of hearing it, so he decided, fuck it, get rid of him as fast as possible, and and he just pretty much ended on 1,000-Year Blood War. But yeah, that's the biggest problem. The Fullbringer arc was just, it killed it in such big ways that it was beyond repair. I feel like it could have been the development of the villain should have been a lot more. We could have got to know his backstory, all that hunky dory crap, and that's it. And that's just how I feel. And it sucks. That's how it's to be. But it's just how things are.
Oh, you mean Shukuru Tsukiyama or Ginjo?
Both.
One of the problems is with Bleach that it ended on a good note after we sealed away Aizen. A thing Kubo could have really done was that he could have let his sister, Kyrene, she could have. We knew she was sensitive to the soul, to the spirit world. Now she can actually see spirits and talk to them. It was a good way to let her shine, but that didn't happen. We could have had a very interesting new protagonist where Ichigo could have been in the background. He could have been a supporting character, but we could have got something very different with Kyrene and Yuzo if he decided to let them be the protagonist.
I think the point is about Bleach is it's all about Ichigo's story. That's why that didn't happen. And the problem is, I think people wouldn't accept that. I think people would have hated that a lot more. But But besides all that shithole, I honestly feel that what happened in the whole fucking, what was that? Can you say that name? That final
Fullbringer arc.
Fullbringer arc. Thank you for correcting me. I think personally, it was a giant mess, and it was. Granted, it was great to have a great refreshing on 1,000-Year Blood War, but I really hated how it ended. I really hated it, and I really wish that we had more time to spare to develop the story and all that stuff. But I guess too little, too late. It's game over from there because it's done. It's not gonna happen anymore. It's basically cut the axe.
Yeah, like I said, he was in the bottom 30 for the last 2 or 3 years. Bleach quality was just dipped down below, and it was not selling at this point.
Yeah. And it makes me lower and lower expectations for the movie. Well, the movie Bleach. But yet again, the movie of Bleach, the live action one, I mean, could give us some relevancy, but I don't know. I'm very kind of mixed and just, yeah.
Well, the problem is the fan base basically went from half in Fullbringer to just it dipped down way below. The fan base people were just not feeling Bleach. It got to the point where people either dropped Bleach or they were just basically reading it just to see how it ended. They weren't actually interested in that much into the story anymore. And another problem is that, as you could tell, and you can pretty much agree on this, Kubo drag fights on where majority of the fights was just basically art. No words, no nothing, just pure action.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Nothing more than pure carnage, all that crap. And, that's great. That's awesome. But, your weekly chapters, man, you gotta have some fucking battles. I mean, like, even Naruto's final storyline had its moments where there was some talking and some action in between, but just like have a balance. I just think he just didn't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yes, I very much get what you're saying. It's just the problem is that, man, he was not giving enough content to his work.
Oh yeah.
In fact, here's a good example. When Ichigo finally got his new Zanpakuto, when Zaraki was beaten down by those four girls, it took Ichigo one chapter to come down, another chapter to take out his Zanpakuto, and another chapter just to do an attack. Think about that for a second. It took basically three chapters just to launch an attack.
Yeah.
And I can look up these chapters right now. It was mostly just beautiful artwork, but no substance to go with it.
Yeah. I agree with that. But my problem is, like that, but also, it's just sometimes he didn't care. Like a lot of times there were like a lot of characters he could have developed, but just there are some points you just say, fuck it. Yeah. I mean, like, it just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about the whole, like, about Kubo. Like, there's so much that I could go on and on and on about, but it's just like, to basically say it, even just say to the insulting factor, which is literally the hardcore truth, is like, I just think either something must have happened between the editors and him, and he had a disagreement of how something like a certain story arc. Like I heard, he had a storyline that he really wanted to do, and his editors said nope, and he had to like physical fights of them or arguments with them, and I was just like, so yeah. And all I have to say is, I guess if you're with the wrong type of people to not give you enough free time to create your own storytelling, I guess you're gonna be fucking shit. But yeah. But anyway, go on.
Oh well, Bleach he actually lasted. Well, lasted way longer than his first work, which was Zombie Powder, which he made a long time ago. So Bleach is his second work he done. But but one of the thing is, well, that is just a rumor. But what really happens is he just basically got disagreements with both Shonen Jump and his editors about pacing and where he wanted to take the story, because the editors wanted to change some parts of the story, and Kubo was just not feeling that. But at the same time, he wasn't feeling the work regimen schedule of sitting there at a chair for like 30 plus hours every day.
Yeah, every day. Which is fucking suicide. Like, I really hate that. I really hate that. You're sitting on your ass, literally nothing more. Just like the way they describe it, it's basically like you sitting down in a chair within a room with nothing there to do, and you literally nothing there but drawing and editing of your book. And I'm like, for hours, not end. And I'm like, that's insane. A human mind can't think like that. It's just like, to me, I just really hate that. I really just like. I honestly look at Hoesha like on how they do things on their mangas. It's just like, wow, no wonder ongoing manga series are ending really fast, because if they didn't, if they had like the treatment we're having our comic books, basically, like, I know like it's a weekly, like comic books do weekly series, but just like they have a due date, they have a schedule, but they have at least have time, a breather, something they can fucking breathe. I mean, like, you get what I'm saying on that?
Oh yeah, like when you do, like when they were doing Futures End or 52, the thing is they had multiple artists and writers, and they had issues already up weeks in advance. The
Yeah,
thing with
exactly.
mangakas is you have to have a story, you have to have the next set of chapter 2 or 3 up weeks in advance as well. But at that same time, you have to have the rough draft, the main concept of the story. You have to have them look over the story. Your editor can change it anytime you want, because in Boku no Hero, All Might was. I have the manga. He
Yeah,
Hiroko.
the volume.
Oh, I have all the latest volumes right now as they come out. But the mangaka even said that All Might looks so different is because his editor told him he had to change him twice.
Oh wow!
Yes, All Might looks the way he is because his editor told him to change his style, and he basically, yeah, he said he agreed with it. But you got to realize that, like with Toriyama, the reason why we had the Android saga like that is because his editor told him, "Oh, nobody's gonna take a fat clown and an old man serious as a threat." Then he made 17 and 18. He said, "Wow, a couple of asshole teenagers." And he kept telling him to do it again until the editor
He did that with Boo. He did that with fucking Cell and all that crap. I'm like, that was a great decision making, but having them just like, okay, have them get another form, and another form. That's really good. Now, like, that's awesome. That's a good move. However, on the context to the story, but it made the story that much more interesting. But for me, I just personally feel like, sometimes just it could hurt the series and the fandom, and it did hard. It really, like, the Bleach anime. It's just no the Bleach manga series / anime. Like, I really, really, really wish that it didn't end it up like this. But yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just like, I just feel like I'm gonna keep on saying it. It's just like it ended on a pretty bad note, and people say, "Oh, why can't we do like a Boruto and series type stuff?" And I'm like, it's a little too little too late on that shit. I mean, do you agree or?
Yeah. Oh, it's like I said, it's a lot of things. And another thing I didn't like was everybody was getting a Bankai. When we first started in the Soul Society arc, it was stated that a Bankai is rare. That every 100 or so years, that somebody, a few exceptional generations, would even develop a Bankai. But as time went on, everybody started to get Bankais, and they would start to spam them, and it was like, it's not even fun anymore because Bankais are just so overused.
Or fucking shithole. And there's, like, granted, I like the Bankais crap. I like that shit because it made them unique. You saw almost all of them. But yeah, I think there was a few more that he haven't showed, but just that's all I have to say. Yeah, I mean, like, you get what's down on that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, there was a lot of Bankais they showed, but he didn't have enough time to show them all. I mean, like, I guess the reason why there were so many Bankais is because people wanted to see them. People wanted to see all of these characters as Bankais, so some people could, like, oh yeah, okay. I see them. But yeah.
Actually, they were kick ass. They were cool, but you got to remember, Kubo. It takes time to think up a style, think of what they can do, find a name. It's a whole regimen, and I like that in the Soul Society arc that Ichiko's Bankai was still a premeditated baby version at this point. It was still powerful. He used a cheat shortcut that Urahara learned, which he learned from the guy from the Zero Squad. That was also nice.
Oh yeah. But but yeah. Can we also go on to the what's our favorite characters and all that crap?
Oh, that's the whole point of this whole podcast.
I love Ichigo, but I like fucking was it Renji? I mean,
Renji, or
yeah.
what are you talking about? Renji or Arabe?
Yeah. I like him. He was a pretty cool character. Just like I like fucking what was her name?
Rukia?
Rukia, yeah, I was thinking of her. I was thinking of her, and I'm like, what was her fucking name? Fuck. I mean, like, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I liked her a lot. I liked a bit of her backstory, a bit, and just there was a lot of great things on her, and everything else. She was very strong. She was really good. Now I got to talk about this. How did you feel of the fucking pairings? I swear to God, I'm like, before everyone said, I really never thought, and this is how I feel with Sakura and Naruto. This is how I feel with Goku with Bulma and of course, Ichigo and Rukia. They're always like friends, and they always been that way. It never hinted not once that they might be potential lovers. It's just, yeah. I mean, I really just don't get why people want them to fucking bang and just fucking fandom.
Actually, I honestly, I didn't really think about the pairings at all. To begin, I would think anybody would actually hook up with anybody at the end.
You never thought he would hook up for anyone? Oh wow.
No, I'm be dead honest with you. At this point, I'm just gonna be so honest. At that point, I was just wanting to see how Bleach was gonna end. I mean, the blood work. It started off so strong, and then by the second half, when Kubo came back from that 3-month break, it started going downhill, and it just stayed going.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to parents, the only thing is, I honestly, also with some of the people, I thought Ichigo was going to end up with Rukia, but outside of that, nobody really, because I didn't really care for the pairings. It was just one of those series where I didn't really think about the pairings because it didn't just seem all that interesting to me.
I see. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. No problem on that thing. I'm not going to be a fucking fuck nut that basically is so buttered that they basically are like, oh, my favorite character didn't hook up with a bitch I wanted to see to have him hook up with.
Make a fanfic.
Yeah, just type in fan fiction, you'll fucking find them assholes. That's the one thing I really hate about like manga series like Bleach and Naruto and all that stuff. They always they're never happy with the end result of the main character's love interest.
Oh no, that's how I feel about cartoons. Like today, I'll say no. Today's generation of people, we feel like they deserve something. They feel like they deserve something that they have not earned. They think they're entitled.
Oh yeah. They feel like, oh, you owe us this, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, dude, fuck you. And one of my biggest worries when they were doing the novels of fucking Bleach, and it's awesome for them to do a Bleach novels to continue the story after it's all said and done. But here's my biggest problem: like after the Bleach anime ended, fucking the biggest worries when they were doing the novels is everyone was kind of thinking, well, this is their way of saying, I guess Kubo was saying, okay, you want your fucking pairing? Here you go. And a fucking shitty ending with basically they changed the plot line of the ending of the final storyline, and they made it where, oh, here's fucking,
or he made an Ichigo hooked up and had a kid.
Yeah, all that stuff. It just to me, I honestly no, I don't want that. That's just it just forced storytelling, and I really feel like a lot of times they just And here's another thing. Do you feel like Orihime, speaking about her, do you feel like Orihime should have gotten more credit than she truly got?
Dude, here's the thing about Orihime. One, her powers were never fully explained. It was like she was a full bringer, okay, but it was never explained exactly in full detail what all she could do. She can reject time. Apparently, she can reject anything and reverse time, which was pretty cool and all, but she was pretty useless, like Sakura, throughout the entire series.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, she had her. She only had a few golden moments, and after that, it's kind of like, we get it. You kind of just threw her. Kubo did like Kishimoto and threw her to the backside because.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, she at least did something to help out a bit, and she was there, and she always I always liked her a lot, and she was always that character, like to what's that word? Always there to be
support.
There in support of the.
She was a great. Yeah, her powers is basically support. Her main attack is piss poor weak. Which,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
And she's a great when it comes to doing shields and just healing. Well, healing if you want to call it that. She's very great and good with it. But outside of that, her character really had there was nothing really left to do with her character.
That is true.
I mean, we had nothing interesting to go on. Last time she had an interesting character development outside of the whole Arankar arc was with the beginning of Bleach with her and her brother. That was a pretty cool arc. That was pretty cool. And then after that, it eventually shifted focus. We got onto Uryu, who was basically a very cool character, and he was basically the star of everything.
Okay. What about Rukia? Did you feel like Rukia should have got more credit, or no, not really?
Actually, I liked at the end she became a captain, but the point was that we didn't really get enough shine with her. She needed to shine way more.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. I feel like she say what you want on Horihime, Rukia should have gotten more development and also explain more what she like more, like what is her personality more, what's her powers, full capabilities are at the max, and it's just there was a lot of potential on her, but overall I do like her a lot. I mean, like she's she's like the second supporting character, the second main character besides Ichigo. That's just me. I mean, that
she really was a second protagonist, and somewhere along the line that she kind of fell to a side character status because Ichigo became a Gary Stu at this point, where he was a soul reaper, a Quincy, he was a hollow, and he was a full bringer. My God, the man might as well have just been Naruto. He might as well have just been Jesus at this point. He might as well should have just been Jesus.
Oh shit! That's one way of saying it.
He was like he was just everything.
Like he had all these different forms. He had all these crap. Like it was cool having him getting into this form and seeing all that crap. But man, yeah, I agree. A lot of things from you. Like definitely. I mean, like he had a lot of fucking power in him that he made. A lot of times Kubo made him way over peak, but I say it was good. It was a really cool just seeing that, but I guess too much, I guess, but yeah, but that's just me.
it basically was too much, and he was just this OP dude that you have to give him all these big bad guys. And Bach was the worst of them all. He really was one of the worst villains. As in, it wasn't a bad villain. It was just how he was defeated, and his power set was so stupid. But okay, back to the original Soul Society arc. I liked the Soul Society for everything it had. We took on one of the Gate Guardians, which Kubo said there were 4 Gate Guardians. We only ever saw one throughout the course of the entire series. That one guy, and that's it. We never saw anyone outside of him. which I felt was kind of which I felt was a shame. And let's see, Gin Ichimaru was a great anti-villain. I love how Kubo built up his whole anti-villain by like, oh, he looked like he was the main bad guy for the Soul Society arc. Because when it comes to Aizen, he was so bland and boring. Aizen had nobody knew what Aizen was about. He was just this bland, boring guy who ended up dead. And the whole character reveal that he was the main bad guy was so ingenious. Because how he used his own lieutenant. He basically had two lackeys of his own. Him and they had Gin and Tenzin on his side. It had great battles. It had great focus. Each character had a moment to shine. And it all started with Uryu. The moment Uryu was introduced, that's when Bleach started to up its game. And another thing I like there was other things I liked about Bleach from the beginning of the arc, where Ichigo was just basically taking on the random flavor of the week. What random bad guy can we first take on? And it was just some regular. Each time it was just a regular Ohio. Then it became we had a 2-part episode when it was about Orihime's brother. I like that, and I like the Don Jao episodes because it was kind of funny how he was doing a TV episode. He was spiritually aware. He actually could use powers, but he also helped create that Hollow, and I like those episodes. But then we went to the graveyard. We learned about Ichigo and his mother. We also learned that's the first time we ever got introduced to an actual Soul Reaper. And we see how he was outclassed by an actual Soul Reaper who actually spent years training. And we realized Ichigo was just basically just throwing around a big ass sword.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, that's what. And when we got introduced to Kisuke Urahara, that was in him and the shop for his assistant. I have to go look him up as well. They were basically interesting too.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
Oh, and those kids, I never understood what was those kids' deal exactly.
Oh, those kids, what kids? I'm fucking
that little girl and boy. I never understood that little girl. She was hella strong, but I never understood their.
Oh, you're talking about that fucking girl who had pink hair and all that crap.
The pigtails. The black hair pigtails, who was super strong when she was sparring with Ichigo. She just started kicking his ass.
Oh yeah. I forgot her fucking name.
I'm looking them up right now. Because I never there's some characters I just did not understand their entire deal. And I feel like, why didn't Kubo go into detail with this? There were so many.
That's true. That is true. Like a lot of times, like I guess again, editors didn't want to do it, or creative differences. That's what I say, or just say just didn't give a fuck. That's a better word.
Oh, I believe that last one. Like these editors really don't give a fuck when it comes to certain things sometimes. And also the side characters, when it comes to the human side characters, I felt like we could have had some more comedy episodes with those guys while we were doing a Soul Society arc. Like we could have had a filler arc, just dealing with them. We could have got more development out of them.
Yeah, that's true.
They were great. There were really some great side characters. They all had fun. Keigo was one of the most funnest side characters that always kept I believe he could have really became one of Ichigo's main support cast if Kubo just gave each of these characters more shine.
I agree.
And we also learned that it was a filler arc, but still we also in that filler arc, the Bound arc, we saw that Ichigo he could actually see spirits, but
they never didn't he? I think he explained, but didn't he or did he not?
He didn't. He didn't know what they were doing because half the time they just disappeared and nobody knew what was going here. Like Toski, I felt they could have done more with Toski. Well, actually, they could have also built up that little love interest. We could have actually did something with Toski and Ichigo as a love interest.
Oh, was he scared? Oh, what's her name? Oh,
Toski, his childhood friend from karate school.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah, and another thing is she too could see spirits. But that also was never taught. That was also never just touched upon. And I said, yeah. And when Ichigo lost his powers, this could have been we could have really had new side characters to work on. But I don't know what happened. I don't know. It could have been editors. It could have been that in the Fullbringer, Kubo wanted to tell it a unique story, which ultimately hurt the franchise than it actually did. It saved it. And we could have just had so much better things. Everybody was a unique, interesting character when it came to humans. They were all nice, they're fun. We all knew their personalities. Everyone something was distinct about them, and I feel like Kairi and Yuzu could have also had an arc or something while they were in the Soul Society, or they was doing the rock art. We could have had more about them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's like it's these things, these little things I noticed that Bleach could have really worked on and shined on. I know that it's Kubo's manga. I know it's his manga and his work, but he could have made other people more interesting as well. Because Chad,
that is true. I definitely agree with you on that. He could have made them more interesting, Kevin, their development, all that hunky dory crap. But I guess that's that way of saying he didn't really care too much. Or just never thought they would needed that development. Just for fucking hell. That's my guess.
That's how I straight up feel, because after he lost his powers, we could have kept him in that shop, and could have used the development, because Chad was basically had a personality of a wet carrot. He was really not all that interesting. He had some cool fights, but what was his personality like? I'm telling you now, what was his main defining feature about him outside of being big and strong?
Not much.
We knew nothing about him, and I love how his boilers told him that he should never use his powers for personal gain or to hurt others. And at the end of that manga, he became a boxer. Thank you. I want somebody to make a parody comic where they did it. He became the world champ, and he says, "I dedicate this battle to my boiler," and it just has his boiler face palming in his grave.
That would be funny.
It's like there's a lot of things that was just basically stupid, but but Bleach had that funny comedy aspect to it, and somewhere along the line, it lost it. It's like it got to the point where it's so serious that the comedy felt stupid when they actually start bringing it back up. And I didn't actually enjoy the comedy all that much, because it was always had this serious tone at once. Once we got into the Roncar arc, and that's when it just stopped being fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, so who was your favorite Soul Reaper or captain?
Well, God, I forgot his fucking name. He's all this spiked up dude, and he's supposedly the strongest one.
Shinpachi?
Yeah. Shinpachi, yeah. And every time he gets attacked, literally nothing phases him. Like he's this guy who basically gets attacked but never really
get phased by it. In fact, when in the Soul Society arc, he took on 2 captains at once and didn't even give a shit about it.
That's why I liked him. He was a really fucking badass motherfucker, and he kicks some ass. That's what I like about him. And for me, when you do that, I'm like, you're really fucking awesome. He was my favorite captain.
Oh yes, actually, it was stated. Kubo actually stated in an interview, or maybe it was an SBS. But you remember, I forgot, the Baron Brago or something. You remember that no, what was they called? What did they call them? An Espada, yes, the number 3. Remember the number 2 Espada who could basically just age anybody just by being near him?
Yes.
Yeah, Kubo said that Kenpachi's Zaraki, his power was so strong that his spiritual was so strong that he could actually push that little death effect away. Just by his mere spiritual pressure could push that little area effect away, and he would have not been bothered by it.
Wow, that fucking OP.
Yeah, actually, that's another thing. We could have went into. We really should have. He really should have delved into Zaraki exactly. Where did he come from? We remember that he fought Unohana, who was the original Kenpachi.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? This boy came out of nowhere. He basically picked up a random sword. That sword was never Kenpachi's to begin with. That's why he could never call upon the Shikai.
Yeah.
And I found that interesting. But at the same time, Yatsuru, she was probably the most bizarre character. You can agree. She was the most bizarre character in Bleach, right? I'm like, how did your Zanpakuto come to life? And everyone could see it and talk to it. And it had its own Zanpakuto with its own name. She had her own, or Shikai had a Shikai. We went Inception. We went into Inception right now. That was something we could have really touched upon. That was just jarring and bizarre. Like, how did that happen? I'm still confused about how all this exactly works.
It's just, yeah. I mean, like, I also, like, I'm gonna say this right now. I did also like a lot of the what was those fucking names? It was the save what's her fucking name again? Shit.
Rukia?
No, Rukia, the other one.
Yachiru?
No, the other fucking the one.
Oh, Unohana King Yachiru?
Or Hime, I think.
Oh, or Hime. Yeah.
Yeah, the one storyline that when she was kidnapped and Ichigo and the rest of the gang had to go save her. Ichigo had to go fight all these hollow fucking fuckers.
The Perma Espada. They were basically Espada, but they weren't strong enough.
Yeah, like those guys. Like he I know there was this one girl that she was this green-haired kid that basically turned into a hottie.
Oh, you're talking about Nell. She was the former number 3.
Yeah.
Before I have to look. I gotta look his name up because it is very hard to pronounce some of these names. Okay, Gilliga. I can't pronounce the first one. It is like Norito Gilga. He basically had an obsession. He was like number 8 before he went to number 5. And I remember he beat her. He beat her little fraction. He tore their mask off, and then he needed help beating her because she could have kicked his ass easily.
Yeah, definitely.
She was a cool character. Too bad she didn't do shit at the final arc.
Like I'm like, there was always something that I felt like that there was somewhat a connection between her and him, but like as friends. But I'm like, they didn't. Like again, I guess he didn't. I guess he didn't want to do any more with them. I don't know.
He always kept it close to the main cast, like with just the Soul Reapers and stuff. He only gave you enough. Each character only had enough development just to call them a character. Like Harley Bell, I feel bad for her because she was shown in the last arc to be captured in that dungeon, and then that was the last time we ever saw or heard of her.
Oh no! Here's another thing. I feel like this is not like in the kind of like Kubo could have done it, but the animators could have done it themselves. Like go into the Soul Society. What's what they're like? Are there what's that word? With
their society, their politics,
everything, like that, like with their society, what do they work? What's the rules fully based? I mean, what's the academy like? It just they like even Kubo could have done it, or even the animators who do the anime, they could have done it like a straight out backstory of like here's Rukia's and her fucking friend. Basically backstory is a hardcore backstory and how they came to be, blah blah blah, or just straight up say let's go fucking prequelize and just go even further on that.
No, he did that. He showed Rukia and them backstory. The thing is that he didn't go into great detail about it.
That's what I meant. Yeah, like go in full blown detail on what was there for what was the full backstory on them, because
go.
Because I'm always kind of interested on that and I always liked the Soul Society arc, and I feel like it's a very misuse or underuse, whatever you want to say. Go on.
Actually, yeah, they had great moments, but also, like, first of all, what is the politics? What is the society structure? If what I never understood is when a human dies, they go to the Soul Society, but they can also be born as a spirit, which also it's like it's a big loop where a human dies, they go to the Soul Society, they live in there, and if they die in there, they go back and be reborn into the human world, or if they have too much hate and malice, they become or clinging to the human world, they become a hollow, and they go to basically to the Hueco Mundo. But here's another thing. Hell, what was up with hell?
Yeah, they never go in depth. Like, they explained it, but they never went fully in depth with it. I mean, like, it's just, yeah. I mean, like, I guess Kubo didn't want to go in there. I guess I don't know.
That was weird because we knew hell existed, but we know next to almost nothing. Even in the Hellverse, doesn't really give you an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And that was strange. Another thing is, what is the four great families? What's the whole deal with these great families in Bleach? Like, we had the Kuchiki family, we had Omada's, his family. There's two other families I can't think of right now that I have to actually go into depth and actually look up. But there were people whose families there were basically nobles, and I wanted to know how did that exactly work.
Mm.
I found that strange. Like Central 46, how even the Soul Society has to have they have their own upper tiers they have to take orders from. But then again, there's Zero Squad who protects the Soul King, and that's actually one of the greatest flaws right now. Kubo wasted so much time building up the final arc that he never truly explained what the hell is the Soul King.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I really want to know what's the deal with the Soul King. Why did Aizen wanted to kill him? What was the deal with they say the Soul King basically keeps balance and keeps order. How exactly?
I guess whenever the fuck they do the anime, they'll explain it. But again, that will take maybe 1,000 years later, or if that, because we don't know if the anime is ever going to come back.
Yeah, that's a big if. And there are just so many questions left. Like, we never understood the final fate of not Yachu. I gotta go look up her name now. We never knew Urahara's fate. We never knew what about Grimjaw got the final. We never really knew what happened to Grimjaw and all of them. Yorichi, we never knew her fate. There was a lot of people we just did not see at the end of the Bleach manga. That basically a lot of people wondered what was going on about them. 1 second. I need to take this.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. Yes, ma'am. I'm in the middle of something. In fact, who's your most disliked Soul Reaper?
Oh,
ma'am, can you hurry up? I'm in the middle of a call.
What, me?
Yeah, I already started doing that.
All right, I'll hurry up and I'll I'll end it on now. The Rukia's fucking brother. Oh, or is it his brother? The one who act like a. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, he's a guy.
Yeah, that.
I think he's damn near everyone's. A lot of people most dislike Soul Reaper. The only reason he's around is because nobody. I think he was going to be one of the people that was probably going to. I know Byakuya Kuchiki was going to die in the last arc, but fans threatened Kubo to the point where he basically screwed over and said he lived.
Like, I'll say this right now. Like, I hate it. Personally, I wouldn't give a shit if he died. Like, I wouldn't care because his personality, the way of thinking things is just like, you're fucking insane a lot of times. And I like to question, why are you still captain? And
Wait, which one?
Him, the one I just said. Fucking,
Kitsugaya?
Yeah, he's a guy. Yeah, that fucking guy.
Dude, he spammed his he spammed his Bankai too much.
Oh yeah, but I honestly don't like him at all. I thought a lot of points I just wish he would die and fucking drop dead or just something like that, because he really sucks at it as a character, you ask me. But that's just me. If you like him, if one of the Bleach communities likes him, that's cool and all. But I personally fucking think he sucks as one of.
Oh no, a lot of people didn't like him. The only reason why is because a lot of people in Japan find him cute.
Oh, cute.
He got that little cute little chibi thing going on, but outside of that, no. A lot of people like run geek. Well, there's always the people who saying, "Who's your favorite Bleach woman?" Who is your favorite Bleach woman?
There's a few of them, but I mean, there's not too many. Fucking was her? I fucking forgot her name. Fucking hell. It was the one who turned into a cat and trained
Yoruichi?
Yeah, she was fucking cute and awesome and fucking kicked some ass, and she knew her time was up as captain, but she was fucking good. I'll say that.
Oh, I fully agree. But mine have to be Unohana Ryatsu or Unohana Yachiru, or basically the first Kenpachi. No, Zaraki.
Okay.
Yeah, she had this calming effect where she can heal, but she also had this dark side where even Karaku, he basically told people do not get on her bad side. She's one of the original founding members of the Soul Society.
Oh yeah.
And that was basically kick ass.
Yeah, definitely. But
so,
anyway,
what about Bankais and Shikais? What was one of your favorites?
I never had a big fan of the Bankais. Like I always loved them, but I never had a big favorite of all. But that's just me.
So, I think mine will probably be Karaku.
Okay, all right, that's awesome.
When his finally got shown and explained, I love his Bankai, because it was said by Kubo that Karaku could have actually defeated Aizen back in the fake Kara town using his Bankai.
Huh.
No, that was actually pretty interesting, and I would have loved to see that.
Mm.
And another thing, but here's some people whose Bankais people just wanted to see but never got to show. Uratake's. He died before we even knew what his Bankai was even about.
Mm.
And a weird thing is that apparently he had the left arm of the Soul King in him, which is kind of weird. Which still comes back to the whole Soul King. What's up with his missing body parts? Apparently, Valkyrie was his heart. Ukitake had his left arm. Yuha had the right arm of the Soul King. So where are the legs? That's just random.
Yeah, true.
And that's just based. And I was like, wait, so where are the legs? Your heart is this. How do they even separate from your body?
Huh.
And it's one of those great mysteries you will never learn, because we still don't know who's the current Soul King. How is the world still functioning?
Yeah, that's true. But anyhow, you want to wrap this bitch up?
Wait, let's go back into the last arc, the last and final arc.
All right.
Just explain your highs and lows and your ultimate feelings about it.
All right, the beginning of it was very strong, like you said. I agree with you definitely on that. The part with the whole making the part with them trying to rush as fast as you fucking can, down to the point where it literally was like, shit, you had so much planned to develop the other characters, not have enough time. Just it had not enough time to finish. I feel like it was cut before it had an ending point, because I still feel like we were at the climax, but it was still like a few more chapters. If you had like 5 more chapters to go, like
I still wouldn't have saved it.
I think it would.
Okay, the problem with it is we kept extending these fights longer than it should. We had some very kick-ass fights. Grammys was very stupid. I think everybody can pretty much safely say Grammy was one of the worst parts of the whole 1,000-year blood war, because how stupid his power was and how retarded he lost. And another thing is, Yuha Buck in his past, he's considered the father of all Quincy, which we don't understand. He called the Soul King his father. We don't know anything we don't exactly know much about his origins. He never used Yamamoto's Bankai once, which he also had, and the power of the Almighty. He can see into the future and change it. But he couldn't see a damn silver arrow hitting him into the neck and stopping his powers for a few seconds for Ichigo to kill him.
Okay.
And that was the sad part. And then the last chapter, his son defeated him somehow. That was still the greatest what the fuck ever. And we never learned the fate of a lot of people. And I think that's what...
That is true. You're right about that. I agree with you, definitely.
Some people showed up. A lot of people didn't show up. And it was just sad. We never knew what was the whole deal with Ichigo and his dad, or Uryu's dad. Where did they go? They came to the Soul... They came to the Soul Society just to give them that one arrow. They disappeared. We never knew the big fox guy, Koromaru. We never learned his fate or if his lieutenant, but apparently his lieutenant was strong enough to become captain. That was a great shock. We never learned the fate of the lieutenant of Squad 3. He took on those birds, and we never saw conclusion to that. We never saw the conclusion to a lot of the Rockar who was supposed to be showed up. In fact, the Fullbringers who came to the aid of the Soul Society didn't do anything. It's like Kubo built all this up and it had no payoff in the end.
Yeah, that's true.
And one last thing. How did you ultimately feel about the last chapter?
Very shit, being honest. I liked the part with the final pages were fucking the best part of the entire fucking chapter. Like seeing Ichigo and Rukia's daughter and son was just really fucking awesome. Had me big hopes that they would continue a lot of things, but just yeah.
I got depressed. No, I'm not shitting you. When I read the last chapter, Bleach, I was literally depressed. I didn't know what to feel. I felt empty inside, like I needed to drink bleach. And that's just, oh my God. There's just so many things wrong with it. We only saw people in a couple of panels. We saw their what they were after their years, like 10 years later. They didn't explain what they were doing for those 10 years. And the hopes and future for Bleach is pretty much just that. Watered down Bleach.
What? Say that again. I had to go do something. I'm sorry about that.
The final, I said this. It was cool to see their kids and all, but they never explained what they were doing in the last 10 years or so. Where these characters are doing with their lives. What they're all up to.
I think that's pretty much the novels are going to do that part. But yeah, because the novels are literally taking place right after the events of the final battle, the final arc, and it's before the events of those final pages of that chapter. And here's another thing. Did you feel this, or was it just me? Did you feel like Kubo was just opening a door, had a continuation of a storyline for their kids, and it just stops right there?
No, I think he did that shit on purpose, like try to give people some kind of false hope.
False hope on what? Like there could be like a sequel out of this shithole?
But I highly doubt that. I honestly doubt we'll get. I think he's left it open in case, like you said, they want to do light novels. That's about it.
Oh, so you're saying that there could be novels about them? All right.
Yes, that's as far as it's gonna go. And the thing about Ichiko's son is he defeated Botch, which nobody knew how, and he was also a Shingigami, and he had his father's sword somehow.
Yeah.
No, it was just so weird. Bleach just became, it's weird. When you talk about Bleach in its full, you could talk about all the good, but the bad somehow, even though the bad shit was minor, like there weren't a lot of bad stuff to it, it really outweighed the series by a fuck ton.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that.
But we'll be closing this stream up. This was the Geek Lounge 101, and this is just our thoughts and opinions on the Bleach anime series in whole.
Yeah, and then here's another thing, guys. Don't be fucking chewing us on the bone. We love the series as a whole, but we and then on my we are us Bleach fans, like me and Jason, me and our friend fucking hell.
We love Bleach, but we also understand we're not going to be fanboys and defend everything.
Yeah, exactly.
We see I see all the problems with Bleach, but this is how it is in the mangaka. This is how the series.
This is how we feel, guys, and like it's just respect our opinions, and if you agree to disagree, please do, and the comment box down below, or do a video response and go from there. So we'll see you guys next time, and later.
But this is the Geek Lounge 101. I am Soto the Clown, and this is Frankie Edgar, and you can find him on his channel, Ultimate Comic Fan 1992, and we will be seeing you guys next time.